to a new video type that I'm going to try. I'm doing a Sims 4 speed build. I've never really done this before, but I'm excited. So the idea is that I'm taking the 4.5 hours that I spent on this and shrinking it down to 15 minutes, and then I just sort of explain the process. And then at the end we'll do a nice little tour. What I wanted to build today was sort of like kind of a Gymboree type thing, but obviously that's an actual company, so not that. But I want a place where I've been doing a lot of family stuff, and I'm doing the Legacy Challenge in particular. So I need a place where I can bring toddlers and children and like on play dates and to meet other kids and stuff. So what better place to do that than a big play center? So this is the Lotsa-Tots Playcentre. And we're starting out, I just kind of like built the shape. Now I'm sort of playing around with what a bathroom's going to look like. Finally, I put some lights in. I wasn't really thinking and didn't put lights in right at the beginning, which would have been more helpful so that you could actually see a little bit better. But next time. So here I'm just getting all of the kids' stuff that I could possibly put in it. Just kind of like putting it all out so I can see it. And continuing on the bathroom, at this point I realized that I'd set up a bunch of stalls that are great for children and adults, but there were no actual like potties for toddlers. So I went through and changed it so that 3 of them are adult, 3 of them are potties. And you can see the, I should get this out of the way, shouldn't I? But when we go back into that bathroom, you'll be able to see there's like a big bench, and I wanted it to be a changing table, but I couldn't really find any decorations to make it look and feel like a changing table, although you'll see later as I'm like going through, but there just wasn't really anything. We'll talk about that more then. I tried to put a changing table in the lower bathroom as well, and obviously it's the same problem. It's been a while trying to figure out like height and stuff, and the way that fences work is really annoying in The Sims 4, because if you raise the building and then attach fences to it, the fences will go up on the same foundation height, which is okay if they're not closed, but when they close, they turn it into a room, and suddenly, you know, you have your garden, but it's at that foundation height. It lifts it up and like does weird things with it sometimes where you can sort of see under it. It glitches weird. So I ended up not putting like a front gate on it and just kind of got around it by leaving the open area. And then honestly, the fence doesn't look that bad up on the foundation. It gives it a bit more of a substantial look. It kind of looks weird going straight into the grass, honestly. So it worked out. And here, you know, you need a nice outdoor playground with some monkey bars. Like, monkey bars were just the most important thing to me when I was a kid. I had the craziest calluses on my hand. I was the monkey king. And, oh, man. And, like, swings. I could just not get enough of swings. I loved just getting them, like, as far as up I could go and then just jumping off it, sailing through the air and slamming into the ground. And it was super fun when I was a kid. I tried it in my undergrad, and yeah, it was a lot heavier, and it hurt a lot more. So I haven't done that again since. But, you know, that's why there's all the sand around. I feel like playgrounds need to be on sand. It's just, you know, or if you're inside on something soft. But sand is key. Except that, like, all of the local pets and whatnot will use it as a litter box. But, you know, other than that, so here we can see I'm fiddling around trying to make the front of this work, since I don't have, you know, gates to work with. I'm just kind of trying to hide some of the awkwardness. And, of course, if you're going to have a nice outdoor area, you need shady trees, and some nice like grass to just make it feel lived in. You'll notice actually over here that the lot type I've set as park. There's not really an appropriate lot type for, you know, I guess toddler center or anything. like community center didn't seem quite right because you got to choose from three and neither of them fit. So I thought essentially I'm using it like a park. So I'll just make it a park. And that gives a couple weird requirements like chess tables, which, you know, actually aren't a bad idea. Maybe the adults can play with them a bit, or the older kids. I mean, kids can play chess, right? Chess prodigies, they're super young. So it fits. And yeah, it turns out I put a bunch of like benches and stuff inside, and they did not count. Oh no, I didn't do it inside. Well, you could see before. Never mind, I went past, but I'll see before I put the like traditional like wooden and cast iron benches in, I tried to put some like nice comfier ones like outdoor furniture, but it didn't count them as benches, so I had to replace them for the lot type requirement. That's why I started talking about that. Now we're back to inside, and you can see I'm putting lights in now finally so that we can see what we're doing up top. And, you know, I've got, I was going for some really colorful walls because children, so everything I felt like needed to be bright and colorful. So you'll definitely see that, you know, and they couldn't all just be like flat painted. So I needed some fun wallpapers, but I didn't want them to like be super overpowering by doing the whole thing. So I just did kind of some accent walls, and then, you know, nice bright flooring upstairs and down. It's pretty great. You know, this, I had a hard time doing this, like getting it right, because I wanted a little more. I didn't want it just to be in the corner. I wanted to put some like islands or something, but for some weird reason the islands don't fit. Whenever I get around to it, we should see that, although it might flash by in 10 seconds or less. Oh, so here you can see I'm putting in the like soft kid-friendly flooring with the like jigsaw puzzles. Unfortunately, I can't change the color of it, and I found it pretty muted. I was a little disappointed. I would have liked to saturate that a little bit, or have different combinations of colors for like the different spots. But, you know, we work with what we have. Now here I'm doing the different types of activity desks, and they have different themes, and I'm not actually certain if it makes a difference to what you can make. Like, one of them is like seasons themed. One of them is, you know, more crafting. And I don't know if it's just different labels and descriptions so that they have different looks and are fun, or if they actually have like different things you can make. I have not played around with them enough. Ooh, down here we have the nice big like jungle gym type thing with the ball pit. It's the like executive deluxe version because obviously those things super fun. You can get a bunch of kids playing on them together at the same time. It's great. They're good for toddlers and children. In general, the bottom floor is stuff that's more for toddlers, so they don't have to climb all the way upstairs. Although toddlers can climb stairs. So there is some stuff upstairs for the toddlers, but I tried to keep most of it downstairs. At this point, I remembered that there are slip and slides in the game, so I had to rearrange a whole bunch of stuff so that I could definitely fit in a slip and slide, because I don't really have anywhere where it makes sense in the yard. And that's a lot of the reason for this place. Like, a lot of the great things that the kids can use, like the pirate ship, the rocket ship upstairs, the like massive jungle gym, a lot of these, they don't make sense in your house. They just like, they would dominate the yard and be big and weird. So you need somewhere that you can come and get them, but ideally not somewhere that's subject to the whims of weather, which most of them are, because they're outside in parks. So we made an indoor park. Here I'm trying to get like the little toddler area ready. Oh, and now it's time to decorate walls. This is always fun. See those cute little balloon lights? They're awesome. These are the Sims equivalent of Pokemon that were introduced into the game. They are called something that escapes my memory, but it'll be on screen now. So thanks, later, Matt. Void critters, that's what they're called. No worries, later, Matt. I got it. Yeah, I just wanted a bunch of like colorful stuff on the walls. I wish that I could like flip things so that, like, you know, when you're putting it all up, it doesn't all have to be the same orientation. Like, all of those void critters are looking, or most of them are looking the same direction. It's kind of weird. It'd be easier to set up a scene if I could just, like, flop them. But, again, oh, so you can see there the, you know, the big baby bench here. And I'm trying to do the stuff in here, putting in the, you know, you gotta have your soap dispensers. That's super important. We know how important that is now. Yeah, and I'm just trying to do that bench, and there just was nothing for it. You know, me searching through the menus goes by pretty fast. Here, yeah, I'm trying to find some decoration, because that wall is kind of bland, and I don't like it. It's just a flat feature. It's not interesting, but it goes into the bathroom, so I can't put windows there. I was trying to do some greenery, like, you know, have some ivy or something going up, but because of the foundation, the ivy snaps to the top, the base of the wall, not the base of the foundation. So all of a sudden you have a plant coming out of concrete instead of the ground, and it just looks kind of stupid. And I didn't have room to put a bunch of bushes in to hide that part. So I decided to go with something else and just kind of moved on for the time being. Just getting some final details in it. Yeah, you want to make that look more like a kitchen, like kind of a solid space. So a lot of that, you know, if you don't have actual rooms, you just make, like, either you can do accent walls and stuff to make something feel different, or you can really make zones feel distinct by just using a different flooring, right? Like, just toss some different colored tile. It's a kitchen now. And it becomes obvious where that delineation is, rather than it just being some cabinets on a wall. Here, yeah, this was fun. We might have just missed it here, but I was trying to figure out how to put bushes around the base of that without making a big penis, which I have seen in people's yards, and it's hilarious, and I don't know how nobody has said something to them. Like, nobody looked at that and was like, you just put a big penis in your yard. But it amuses me, so I'm happy to have people that oblivious. Here, I wanted, I don't know, these don't actually do anything or make a difference to anything, but I just felt like this is a big building. It should feel green. So it needs solar power. And it was a bit of a challenge. I redid it a whole bunch of times because I could just not get the spacing to feel good to me. It took a lot of tries, but I did get there eventually. Now we're going back down here, trying to make this look more appealing again. I'm very scattershot. I just kind of like go from one thing to another, but don't really finish them because I get distracted, and then eventually I loop around and hopefully finish the stuff. You know, by the end I got there. Trying to put some benches here upstairs for like parents to sit and watch. You know, they need some little tables and stuff between them, but you don't want them in the way either, right? Like, nobody wants parents right over their shoulders all the time, but they need somewhere to hang out. And this was trying to make that middle pillar, which I really liked when I thought to put that in. It just, like, made the entrance more substantial and real feeling with that extra support. But the fence going around it was kind of wide and awkward, so I thought, you know, it needed some greenery in front of it. And same thing here, where just like the walls kind of ugly. Here I'm moving everything out because the greenery was actually clipping through the wall, so you could see it from the other side. So I just had to move everything out. And yeah, now I'm just getting toddler decorations. Oh my god, that's going so fast. You can't even. Must have just been looking around and whipping through things, and now we're just paused for a while. I guess I was getting up and doing stuff. Oh, I was thinking of, like, what sorts of lot traits can we put on this? Oh, here I start playing around with stuff for the walls. I was pretty happy with using those wall decorations. I'm often a big fan of those. I use them pretty frequently to make kind of modern builds feel more interesting on the outside, because they tend to just be big bland boxes with big windows, which is what this is. Oh, here we're trying to put the islands in, But like that is the same swatch, but it looks completely different. The top doesn't look the same color, and then the only place where the green matches is actually on the other side of the island, not the side facing the people that would be at the island, the side facing into the kitchen. It's kind of dumb. So I ended up just going with those short little walls and kind of a like restaurant style glass separator. And I think it works pretty well. That was the end. Holy crap. That went fast. Let's dive in, shall we? This is the outside of what turned out to be the bougiest play center that's ever been created. I didn't really intend on that, but it just sort of happens, especially like once you start covering it in solar panels and stuff. It still has like the vents, which are ugly, but I think they really help sell it as like a real place. They give it that kind of real feeling. Let's walk in the entrance as we would do if we were a sim, but a less tall sim. So in here, you come in. It's wonderful. I've got it paused. Here. People can go about their business. They were outside playing in the water stuff. And of course, the fridge is broken because I had people in here doing some testing. And, you know, there's one thing that Sims like to do is break stuff. But at least she's cleaning. First thing, we have the big, awesome jungle Jimmy thing and ball pit and combo nest. It's great. We have our little tent in the corner here. These are great for gaining imagination and stuff, and also napping. And we have our nice little toddler area. It turns out that puppet stand can only be used by children, not toddlers. So that's a little bit of a boo-boo, but in my mind, the children can do puppet shows for the toddlers. And Grogu. We got our kitchen here with broken refrigerator, and it's just a simple little kitchen. We don't want like a stove or oven or anything. Like, we're not making dinner here, but like, you know, kids need snacks. So let's go. Well, we can look in the bathroom. It's not super exciting. We have nice little mirror, sanitation devices, and what is supposed to be the baby changing table, but is really just island pieces. And, you know, our rooms. These are less frosted than I would have liked, it turns out. Now, that's barely frosted. Oh well. I mean, privacy is less important to Sims. They won't register that as having glass, so it doesn't really matter. Just tell yourself, that's much more opaque. Let us go upstairs. I love these balloon lights. And that little guy, so cute. And you come up into the big room for the bigger kids. And you got a bunch of doll houses here. A tree clipping through the wall a bit. It was hidden by the dollhouse that, of course, a sim came in and broke because, like I said, that's what they do. And got all our games. Don't Wake the Llama. All the activity tables. I did test them out. They all do the same thing, but I like that we get different looks with them, so it's still all good. We got the Void Critters. These are actually pretty cool. Turns out, to use the battle station, you need to have Void Critters in your inventory, which you can buy from a computer. There isn't a computer in here because, you know, why would there be? You know, if you want, you can put one in. I considered it putting a computer in, but I mean, I could go on the tables downstairs, but that would look dumb, and I don't want to build an office type thing. It is what it is. Let's take a look at the upstairs bathroom here. Again, you know, nice and sanitary. Got our towels and our soap. We got, you can't see, but there are toilet paper in all of these. Nice little division of potties and toilets. So we've got the padded flooring here that is disappointingly dull. Like, can you see? I don't know. Do you agree? Like, look, the other colors here are so vibrant, and that just looks a little dull. Which, those mats aren't like super reflective, but I just, it's a game. It could be a little more saturated. And the spaceship. That's pretty sweet. Let us check outside. It is nighttime. Not ideal for a playground, but, still good. So these are actually my testing sims here. That is Janet Dammit and her little toddler, Rocky Jr. We got our swings, lots of good playing. I saw them using the slip and slide, which is why she's in a bathing suit. And it's pretty great, actually. I haven't actually used it before in anything, because, like, where would you put that? It's god-awful. But not here. Here, it is lovely. This is... I should change the time of day to make this less gross. Yeah. Janet, this place, I think you'll agree, is pretty great. And that's that. I guess with that, it is time to say goodbye. So like and subscribe. Check out my Twitch stream, Tangible Audio. Check out the other Squirrel of Doom, my partner, Ruzilla, streams on Twitch a bunch. She's also streaming a Legacy Challenge. And she streams lots of Minecraft, and I have Minecraft videos as well. They're a little delayed right now, but, I'm getting back on it. They're gonna be up soon again. I'm busy, so I do what I can. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.